On September 11, 2024, in a statement laced with bigotry, Bayo Onanuga, speaking on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, labeled Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, as Nigerians' Donald Trump. The remark was intended to mock not only Mr. Peter Obi, but also Trump, underscoring a divisive political stance. At the time, political forecasters suggested that Kamala Harris was poised to succeed in the US presidential election race. Well, we all know that Donald Trump has been elected as the 47th president of the United States of America. I am sure Bayo Onanuga and the APC-led government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not foresee this coming. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shamelessly congratulated the president-elect Donald Trump. Was Bayo Onanuga really right calling Mr. Peter Obi Donald Trump? As at the time this statement was made, both of them were vying to become the president of their respective country. Every of Donald Trump's speech is centered around making America great again, reviving the economy of America. The same way Mr. Peter Obi's speech has been centered around reviving Nigeria's economy, moving Nigeria from consumption to production, and making Nigeria great once again, especially for the youth. Trump being elected the president did not come that easy. He faced many challenges on his way, the same challenges Mr. Peter Obi is facing in Nigeria as a presidential candidate. Let us look at the trouble that Donald Trump faced and compare it with that of Mr. Peter Obi. As the 45th president of the United States of America, one of the trouble that Donald Trump faced prior to the 2024 general election is legal trouble. Trump faced numerous legal issues, including multiple indictments, civil suit, and investigation. These cases generated significant media attention and presented an ongoing distraction, impacting his campaign effort and potentially influencing public perception. As a governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi faced too many challenges that made him who he is today. Mr. Peter Obi was voted by the people in the 2003 Anambra State gubernatorial election, but that election was rigged by the PDP-led government. Chris Ngige was announced as the winner of that election. Mr. Peter Obi went to court to contest the result of that election. Just like Donald Trump fought to clear his name in court, Mr. Peter Obi fought tirelessly for more than 2 years to challenge the victory of Chris Ngige. To the surprise of everyone that have given up in that case, Mr. Peter Obi emerged victoriously and he was duly announced as the winner of the 2003 gubernatorial election in Anambra State. This gave him the opportunity to become the governor of Anambra State. But then, the legal battle did not stop there. Mr. Peter Obi has wasted 3 years out of the 4 years a sitting governor ought to serve in Nigeria while he was in court challenging the victory of Chris Ngige. This means that Mr. Peter Obi will only be allowed to serve 1 year in office, which is all shade of wrong. Mr. Peter Obi went back to court to ask the court to enable him to serve his constitutional 4 years in office, and his request was granted by the courts. This was the first time something of sort ever happened in Nigeria, and that judgment is the reason why you have staggered an off-season election in Nigeria. As a governor, Mr. Peter Obi's life will also not be bereft of legal issues. He was impeached twice by the State House of Assembly in Anambra State. He went to court, challenged that impeachment. In all of this, Mr. Peter Obi emerged victorious. Another challenge that Donald Trump faced on his way to victory is public perception and image management. Having served as president from 2017 to 2021, Trump's track record was scrutinized, especially his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, his economic policies, and international relations. While his base remained loyal, he needed to appeal to swing voters who might have grown disillusioned with his leadership style. Mr. Peter Obi's political history is not far from this as well. Mr. Peter Obi has also faced public perception and image management. As a governor in Anambra State from 2007 to 2014, Mr. Peter Obi has spent part of his time explaining everything he did as governor in Anambra State. So many persons have criticized him for not documenting all the things he did as governor in Anambra State. During the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi tried hard to use his track record as a governor in Anambra State to tell Nigerians why they needed to vote for him. Mr. Peter Obi did exceedingly well in education, security, poverty mapping, healthcare, infrastructure, and others. But however, some section of Nigerians view him differently, as successive governors that have come after him have not really done well to put Anambra State to the map that Mr. Peter Obi wanted Anambra State to be. All of Mr. Peter Obi's work as governor of Anambra State has been eroded by the bad government of Obiano and the current government of Charles Soludo. You know that Nigerians have short-term memory. They don't care about the past, they care about the present. And currently, people are saying that Mr. Peter Obi did not do anything as a governor in Anambra State simply because the people after him did not put in the effort Mr. Peter Obi put in to make Anambra State one of the greatest states in Nigeria. A lot of persons have said that whatever they are doing to Mr. Peter Obi is a deliberate attempt to downplay all the things he did as a governor in Anambra State. Be it deliberate or not, their perception about Mr. Peter Obi is affecting his public image as one of the best political figures in this country. Another perception that some Nigerians have about Mr. Peter Obi is the fact that he is an Igbo man. There is Igbophobia currently in Nigeria, and this has made it very difficult for some regions not to trust an Igbo man with power in this country. And of course, that is to their own disadvantage, because the current position of Nigeria now need Mr. Peter Obi, who they so much despise for being an Igbo man, to revamp the economy, to change the status quo of this country to the better. Another concern that Trump faced in this election is a concern over his health and his age. This is, however, a sharp contrast to that of Mr. Peter Obi, as Mr. Peter Obi is of the younger side in age compared to Atiku Abubakar and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Health-wise, he has a very clean health bill. Another issue that Donald Trump faced prior to his winning the election is a polarized political climate. The political atmosphere in 2024 was intensely polarized, with major division among voters on issues like abortion rights, climate policies, economic reform, and immigration laws. Trump needed to solidify his base and appeal to undecided voters in a contentious landscape. Now, while these issues are prevalent in the United States of America, the issues in Nigeria was not all about that. The issue in Nigeria was more about religion and tribalism. The people were not concerned about the economy. They were not concerned about insecurity. They were not concerned about the weak currency we have and the inflation we were experiencing. Mr. Peter Obi explained everything to them. Mr. Peter Obi told Nigerians that you are one bad leadership away from becoming a failed state. Mr. Peter Obi explained to Nigeria the need to move from consumption to production. As a country of 218 million persons, we have no need not to feed ourselves. Mr. Peter Obi compared the vast land we have in the north to that of other countries in the world. There is no need for the northern region not to be producing more food to feed the nation and much food to equally export. But all these explanations fell on deaf ears, as they were not interested in all of this. They were more interested in tribalism and religion affiliation. Mr. Peter Obi warned Nigerians that insecurity, poverty, hardship knows no tribe or religion. And Mr. Peter Obi always asks one important question: show me where a northerner or a southerner buy bread cheaper. Everyone is affected by the insecurity. Everyone is affected by the hardship. Everyone is affected by the economic downturn in Nigeria. When the effects of bad government begin to emerge, no one will be exempted. Be you Muslim, be you Christian, be you a traditionalist, be you Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, everyone will be affected by the effect of bad governance. Some section of the citizens were deaf to all of his pleas. They choose to go for tribalism, religion affiliation ahead of a good, competent candidate. Despite all the hurdles faced by Donald Trump, he remained steadfast, fought an incumbent government, and emerged victorious as the 47th president of the United States of America. Trump was able to achieve this because of the system in place in the US. They have a functional system that can conduct a free and fair election. Unlike in Nigeria here, we can only hope and pray for a free and fair election. The Independent National Electoral Commission, the body charged with the responsibility of conducting an election, is compromised. Why the federal government of Nigeria compared Mr. Peter Obi to Donald Trump? Because they perceive that Trump will not win that election. They have, however, put Mr. Peter Obi on the top spot. Mr. Peter Obi can leverage on the challenges faced by Donald Trump and ensure that he emerged victorious in the 2027 general election. We know that the terrain is different, but yet he can ensure that he remains steadfast with his principles. He can ensure that he keeps fighting the system, because the system he wants to dismantle is a criminalized system that is being favored by the elites in this country. The elites in this country, they are going to do everything possible to protect the system because the system is favoring them. Donald Trump has support of the US citizens because they feel that he put America first. The same way Mr. Peter Obi has support of majority of Nigerian citizens because they feel that he put them first. Mr. Peter Obi should, however, leverage more on the support he has from majority of Nigerians. Despite they say that he lost the 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi has remained more relevant than any presidential candidate. This is a point to the fact that he is the most popular presidential candidate in this country and is loved by majority of Nigerians. Mr. Peter Obi should keep on galvanizing his support base and keep on appealing to swing voters, people that did not vote for him in the 2023 election. He should keep appealing to their conscience. Of course, even if his messages cannot penetrate into the heart of the swing voters, the suffering in the land, the hardship in the land will be able to penetrate into their consciousness. And I'm sure that majority of people that voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023 general election will not make any attempt to vote for him in 2027 general election. They will be looking to pitch their tent in a different presidential candidate. This is where Mr. Peter Obi comes in, because he is the best among all the presidential candidates in Nigeria. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.